Hi guys, this is Collin and thank you for checking out this video. Today I'm bringing you a game of the tier 8 Mickhail Kutuzov in ranked. Yeah, you heard me guys, Collin's at it again. The crazy fucking Swede is playing ranked again. I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, well, this is not gonna end well. I'm guessing that a couple of weeks from now I'm gonna upload a video where I sit and cry about the pain and suffering that is ranked. But I don't know, I can't really help it. I'm such a flag whore. I just need those flags. I can't stay away. I really should. I really should have learned my lesson from the last 4 seasons. But yeah, here I am. Yeah, don't judge. So, the ranked season, this season round, is a bit changed from last season. Last season, tier 7 was the highest tier ship you could play. And this season it is tier 6 ships for the higher ranks. And I think it is when you go below, is it rank 14 or something, that you get to play tier 8 ships only. And I heard some rumors that the reason behind this change was that the new ship, the Flint, who is a tier 7 ship and is only given out as a special prize for players who has been able to reach rank 1 in 2 consecutive ranked seasons. And that the Flint would be that overpowered that it would be impossible to allow those players playing the Flint in this ranked season. Now, as I said, this is only a rumor. I'm not really sure about how much substance this rumor has. But what I have seen of the Flint, it could be true, because what I've seen, the Flint is really a great, strong, competitive ship. And since it will only be played by really skilled players who has been able to reach rank 1 twice, well, perhaps it was a good decision by Wargaming to not include that ship in this ranked season. But then again, I can't really understand the logic behind allowing tier 8s, because, I mean, the Kutuzov is extremely strong and competitive ship as well, as you will see in this double feature I have in ranked here. And I think the thing with the Flint is that it is extremely efficient fire starter, and it would be able to sit in a giant smoke cloud with long duration and just spam fires on enemy ships. But I mean, the Kutuzov is known for its fire starting capabilities, as this North Carolina in this match is well aware of. And it also has smoke. Sure, it doesn't have that extremely overpowered smoke that the Flint has, where you can pretty much hide the entire fleet in the smoke cloud, and which pretty much just gives a window of, I think, 20 or 30 seconds from the moment the smoke disappears from till that moment that you can engage the smoke consumable yet again. But I mean, this ship is really dangerous in ranked just by the sheer number of fires it sets.
HQ says flank right and take the base.
You guys are flanking up the right side? We just flanked up the right side.
How'd it go?
Good. Not great. They do have a flamethrower.
Did you take it out?
Nah. But you guys will probably be fine.
All right, let's do this!
That is pretty much the behavior I see in the enemy fleets in the ranked games I played so far. People tend to sail the Bismarck, which is an extremely powerful ship. It has enormous secondaries that reach out to almost 11 kilometers, but then again, it is really easy to set on fire. So I usually see 1 or 2 Bismarcks pushing in. I start to smoke up and start to burn them down, and well, they do start to run away pretty fast with very little health pool left. And then I usually see some more battleships coming in from behind, doing the exactly same mistake. Now in this match, I think that the enemy cruisers was playing way too passive. As you can see, I am on the same line as my battleships, or I am in front of our battleships, which means that I do screen enemy destroyers like this Benson, and I also make sure that the enemy Kutuzovs can't do the same that I'm doing to their battleships. And since their Kutuzovs and cruisers are playing pretty passive, I have pretty much open smorgasbord to fire upon. And that's one of their biggest mistakes. And the other problem with the Kutuzovs is that, of course, it's a so-called pay-to-win ship. It's a premium that anyone can buy. Anyone, regardless of skill level. So when you meet a Kutuzov in game, you never really know what you can expect, because it can be extremely good captain sailing the Kutuzov, or it can be a really fresh guy who hasn't really learned the big mechanics in the game yet. So you never will know, and I want to say I'm sorry again, guys. I do apologize. I still have a big issue with the game sound not being in sync. I'm not really sure what it is that makes this problem. Usually I use that 20 minutes shadow function in shadow play, which means that you can just push a button after you have had a good game, and shadow play will pretty much rewind 20 minutes and record the game you just had. I'm not really sure if it's this function that causes this problem. I will try and record the normal kind of way with shadow play as well, and see if there is a difference. I did try and edit this clip about 20 times trying to get the sound in sync, but I'm sorry to say that I'm not really equipped or skilled enough to be doing this kind of editing, so it didn't really make the issue better. So I hope you guys can bear with me. until I find a solution for this problem. It's really annoying, I know. But since I am pretty much commenting every gameplay I upload, I'm hoping that you can focus more on my commentary than that the sound is off sync. And if anyone out there is an expert on Shadowplay or Adobe Premiere Pro, I would really appreciate any kind of tips you guys can give me about this problem. So, as you can see, we had a pretty successful game so far. We did push pretty hard. I was able to scare off the main battle force pretty much, so we could focus a lot of pushing battleships. And as you can see, they have like one Kutuzov at the map border east, and then there's another Kutuzov running away in the north part of the map. And I mean, I really feel for this enemy team. I think they were pretty fucked from the beginning. It's not easy when you get cruiser players who play like this, that is not supporting their battleships. I mean, they had really never a chance in this match, but that is the team lottery that you will play every time you push that ranked button. And it's another thing that I like, that they focused this ranked season on tier 8. Means that I can play my Kutuzov, my Atago, and also my Tirpitz, which makes it so I don't only grind a lot of flags, I also grind a lot of credits and a lot of free experience. So that is always a good thing. So we're just jumping straight into the second game, which actually looks pretty much exactly like the first game. Same map, same kind of team layouts pretty much. Not exactly the same amount of cruisers. And I look at the team list and I can see that the enemy team has a Mogami on their team, and that is not really a cruiser I would choose to bring into ranked. Of course, I know that not everyone has the possibility to bring a premium like Kutuzov or Atago. Those are the best cruisers you can sail in this ranked season. But I would recommend playing maybe like Shapayev or something instead of the Mogami. Because the Mogami is pretty much a one-trick pony. I mean, it has some decent fire chance, but that's pretty much it. It can't really compete with the radar and the fire chance of the Shapayev or every strong ability of the Atago and the Kutuzov. So I wouldn't recommend playing Mogami or any of the ARP Mogami cruisers. So as you can see, I pretty much did the same thing that I did last match. As soon as the enemy team was spotted, I popped my smoke. I let my friendly destroyers, which we have 3 on each side, spot for me, so I can start to engage and scare off their main battle group, so to speak. I have a friendly battleship who is taking advantage of this smoke screen I laid, which is a great thing, I think. It's not usual you are able to help so much with the smoke screen of the Kutuzov, because it's really that small. it pretty much just fits your cruiser, but hey, if they can do it, it's a great thing. Otherwise, it's more up to the destroyers on the team to try and lay smoke for the battleships. And that is the tactic that I employ sailing destroyers in ranked. When I go for RCAP, I pretty much always talk to the team in chat and tell them that I will start laying my smoke right in front before we reach the cap area, so to speak. And then the entire team can pretty much just hide in my smoke while I continue ahead, starting to cap, and I spot for my team, of course. And this is something that every player that plays destroyers in ranked should think about. That being able to hide your fleet for the enemy team, and you being able to spot for them, is a huge advantage for the team, because they will pretty much not suffer any damage. Meanwhile, they will help you, pretty much destroying everything that you will spot and encounter on your way to the cap. So that is always a good tactic to use. And as you can see, I do try and shoot destroyers when I have the possibility, like I do here. But my main focus as well is trying to set battleships on fire, weaken them for my battleships so they will have a easier fight on their hands, and also trying to scare off the enemy cruiser so he doesn't have the chance to do the same as I do for his team. Now we are very efficient. We have been able to take out all their destroyers. Meanwhile, we have one destroyer left on our team, so we have a big advantage. Now we don't have to worry so much about getting torped. We can more focus on just helping burning down the battleships and just push pretty much for the team. Now this enemy Tirpitz pops up, and we have a Bismarck who starts to engage him. I send my torps behind the Bismarck, hoping that the Tirpitz will pretty much continue sailing in a straight line. Meanwhile, I'm starting some fires on the Tirpitz, trying to force him to use his damage repair, which will pretty much mean that if one of my torps hit and starts a flood, he will be pretty much fucked. Taking a bit of a risk here, sailing broadside on to two battleships, but somehow I do manage to get away with it. The Tirpitz is turning around, running away. So we have another Tirpitz and also a Bismarck. I turn around and send my torps on the other side, trying to focus the Tirpitz in the middle instead. Now I see this Bismarck is really low on health, and it's always a good thing to try and minimize the amount of ships on the enemy team. So always try and engage the low health targets, taking them out of the battle. It really helps winning the match. I do set one fire, and I also have a torp hit. Unfortunately, somehow that hit the belt armor, which I think was pretty strange. The Tirpitzes do have pretty good armor. It has like turtleback armor, but I think that was pretty way in the front of the ship, so it should probably had caused a flood, but whatever. I have both ships burning, and the Bismarck is sunk. Now I think I have 2 or maybe even 3 fires on these Tirpitz. There's another one. So his days are numbered. I am protected with my smoke screen here, so I don't really take any big chances. And I managed to burn him down. So now the enemy team has just 2 ships left, 1 hurting Tirpitz and 1 Mogami in the background. And this is big, of course, the big difference between a team that has a Kutuzov, like our team, or the team that has a Mogami, like the enemy team. He can't really do the things I do for my team. Not without risking his life, pretty much. So now my smoke runs out. He is looking at me, so of course I need to move and try to angle. But the problem with the Kutuzov is that it doesn't really angle that good.
My turn.
So beware the Kutuzov guys. They could make you hurt pretty bad. Fire number 16 for this game, which is pretty good for a short ranked game. Sorry, check that, fire number 17. So as I said, I do love these German battleships. So this match is ending pretty fast. Getting my second kill and Witherer, which is a pretty common medal playing the Kutuzov in ranked. You will see a whole lot of those. Earning also the high caliber this round, over 140,000 damage so far. So, I'm not really sure how long I will last in this ranked season this time. I have been pretty consistent the last 4 ranked season. I pretty much play until rank 8 and then I just can't stomach more. So, just made rank 13 here. Well, I don't know. I will play a bit more just for those flags and the great cash prizes as well. Because there are some really nice prizes when you get to the lower ranks. So, this has been a good game. I want to thank you guys so much again for checking out my video. Please leave a like and why not a comment below. Share with some friends, and you guys have a good Friday, because I will. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.